Good morning, Azeroth. Welcome to World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Today, coronavirus has hit World of Warcraft. Characters wearing a medical mask because today is the actual Prepatch Event, meaning that today the zombie apocalypse has hit the game. I'll be talking a bit about the actual event and what it's based on a little later. Let's get started. This service just came live. The game still says the breaking news that it's not supposed to go live for another minute or two. So I got myself.
Champion, you are needed in Stormwind on a matter of great urgency and discretion. Come at once, and come alone.
So today is going to be a bit nuts. When I say the game's turned into a full-blown zombie apocalypse, I mean it. You can see it's Tuesday and everything just reset. So, Champion, no matter to the sensitive nature of recent events, I must withhold for the details. We have much to discuss, King Grayman, and I await your arrival at Lion's Rest. Oh, I actually got an improved item. That's great. Right now, plus 15 is really only one I've ever run.
Punches, lucky do's and
As much as I like the joke of running around with a face mask on, because
friend of the
there's an actual zombie apocalypse going on, I'm going to save that for later. So, I don't know. So the whole thing is this, and I think it's called Death Rising. Oh, they didn't have an event kind of stuff. Oh. I gotta quit. Okay, they didn't add any of that stuff. Interesting. It's weird ending if they had added the appearances and stuff like that for the new stuff, but they haven't. Looks like that's gonna be for actual launch day. It's a little disappointing, but it's not a big deal. So you can see everybody's piling on them. Oh.
How could I let this happen?
I want to try something. What tournament is to? I didn't help. Okay.
Hail, champion.
I knew you would not hesitate to answer the call, right? Very hard if the Alliance is under attack. An undead Scourge is swarming in numbers not seen since the return of Arthur's Menethil. Amidst the chaos, something terrible has happened. What I'm about to share with you has not yet been revealed to our allies. It will be told in due time, but I needed to speak to you directly before word gets out. Allow me to explain.
The Alliance must endure.
Banshee's accursed shadow hangs over us all. She will pay for it.
Gilneas will prevail.
Seize this power for herself. Instead, she has done the unthinkable. Now, she will come for them all. To finish what she started. And break all who opposed her. Azeroth together will be in her sights.
funny thing about that cinematic is it's been on. They posted it on the WoW website like a week or two ago, so everybody's been able to see it for a
We
while.
owe much to the Alliance.
Let's find a way to rescue Anduin and the others, but in the moment, the safety of our citizens and our allies is our highest priority. As such, I have reached out to those experimenting and dealing with threats of this nature. Return of the Crusade. Scourge's unbound hunger has been unleashed. It's only a matter of time before the monsters swarm our streets. We need expertise in dealing with this menace. The Death Knights of the Ebon Blade have stepped forward to aid us, but even they can't do this alone. The Argent Crusade has answered the call. I need you to work with them to keep our people safe. I've sent word ahead of your arrival to their commander. He waits at you at their campus inside the city gates.
Trust your instincts.
These abductions. The Scourge attacks. The Banshee will pay for what she's done. By Elun's fury, we will bring her to justice.
Right now, I don't give a damn about justice. I just want to find where she's taken our friends. King Greymane, what's the plan?
We'll get them back, Talia. I swear to you, we'll save them all.
The Ebon Blade has extracted the High Lord, from the battle in Icecrown. He is recovering in Acheris.
I pray he can help us find answers. Without that cursed helm, the Scourge are running rampant. We'll need the help of the Argent Crusade to stem the tide of the undead.
If anyone can figure out how this all fits together, it's Bolvar.
Did you say Bolvar? Bolvar Fulldragon? That's my father. Is he alive?
Talia, I will explain. But we can't afford to let our guard down. Not with so much at stake.
Oh shit, she finally found out! All due to a mistake made by the Mr. Spymaster over there. Now, so Talia is the daughter of the Lich King, the current Lich King. We found out about that last expansion, but that she didn't know this. Everybody thought she thought public knowledge was that he was in fact still dead. Well, we have dispatched our forces throughout the area to watch for any signs of the Scourge. Why have the Scourge returned? We do not know the reason behind the Scourge's return. I suspect the guidance of an unseen hand. Who this could be, I can't say for sure, but we know we'll have our answers soon.
Well met.
Why have the Cult of the Damned returned? That's interesting. The Cult of the Damned has always strived for immortality and see on death as a means to achieve it. With the return of the Scourge, it is no surprise that these fanatics now seek to continue their twisted work and consign us all to the grim fate that befell Lordaeron. Their actions are driven by a sense of dark purpose, one that can be wielded as a weapon by the right leader. The question we should be asking is not why the cult has returned, but rather who's behind their efforts.
For the Alliance. You need something?
I was told to expect the arrival of Citizens Warlock. Let's get to work. I'm a Crusader, so you guys should be showing me even more respect. But it's fine that you don't. Scourge can strike anytime, anywhere. To counter their unpredictability, the Argent Crusade has secured key locations along the southern road heading east. However, I have yet to receive any reports from our scouts in the field. The erratic nature of these attacks, I fear the worst. Travel the road and take stock of our outpost. I'll be expecting a full report when you're done. Might be with you, Raymond.
Have a good one.
And make sure you bring Lieutenant Vernon up to speed before you return.
What can I do?
He will be awaiting your initial reports in Darkshire.
So here's all the, oh, so I already have most of these. That's really disappointing. Alright. Oh, there's a couple pieces that look good. But so these are the rewards for the Prepatch Event. So.
See you around.
And so, occasionally NPC. Oh, wow, there's a lot of
Christo.
Crusaders went around.
Good health, long life. Dionys May your
but so occasionally zombies will spawn in the city, like NPCs will be turned into it, and you have to fight them off, or you can be infected and you can spread the plague. So it's gonna be an interesting 2 weeks. It's gonna be up for almost exactly 2 weeks. that's going to be gone forever. So, while I'm going to be doing this quest, I'm going to talk about the Corrupted Blood incident, which is the whole thing that inspired that event that's going to be going on in every single city across the game. And this whole thing. Let's get these quests set first, though. Alright, Goldshire doesn't seem to have any zombies yet. This man vigilant against the Scourge. Gregor sent me in to gather reports. Do you have any news? Our patrols report outbreaks of Scourge activity to the east. Our forces are shaken but holding the line. Sent a scout to speak with Guard Captain Josephine and Redridge. They have yet to return. Brief report on encounters against the Scourge. At this point, it doesn't. You're not able to read it. Alright. So, back in 2006, there was this raid called Zul'Gurub. Now it's a dungeon here. And the final boss of it was a boss called Kar the Soulfighter. And he had this spell effect called Corrupted Blood, which would spread to nearby players or NPCs that got too close and do a little bit of damage to them to die. It wouldn't do that much damage in the raid, it was just kind of more of an annoyance. Well, someone, by accident or on purpose, figured out that if it got onto a warlock or a hunter's pet, I'm not glad I'm talking about this on my warlock, and you dismiss the pet, if you went wherever you went in the world, if you respawned your pet, it would still have the spell debuff. Meaning that you could bring it out of the raid, because for whatever reason, instead of there being like a marker for this can only exist in this instance, it had more of a marker of remove this once it leaves, once it goes through the instant portal or whatever. So it caused all these issues, so it caused this plague to be unleashed on the world that wiped out for the entire game. It overran cities and it acted like a real virus. Guard Captain Josephine scans the surrounding areas, speak quickly. Gregor sent the Scourge are already here. Scourge presence continues to grow without proper reinforcements. Stormwind may soon be under siege. Deliver this report, or from Gregor that the situation is more dire than we anticipated. So, and the way it worked is it actually caused things like, the way it actually spread and did a little bit of damage was as if it was like a real disease in that it spread to people nearby. You had NPCs who were completely oblivious to it going on, so they weren't trying to avoid people. So essentially they were acting as asymptomatic carriers because they didn't know how to respond. Low-level people would die, just like how the young and the old would in the middle of a giant pandemic. And so people would try to escape the cities, there was mass quarantines, there was all this stuff going on. This went on for a couple weeks, or at least a few days, and I think it lasted up to 2 weeks, where Blizzard had to reset the servers and fix it. But it was so insane, and it was so accurate to real-life diseases that the CDC asked Blizzard about it. And Blizzard, and they said, can we study this? Blizzard said, we're not going to re-implement it, but you can ask all the players you want. So they actually really used data they got from asking players and how the event went on, and how this incident occurred, to study a pandemic. So, at the start of the coronavirus pandemic, they actually released several articles saying how important that incident was to this game, to the whole pandemic. Because it actually let them know how to respond. Because it was a simulation that simulated the one thing that they cannot recreate. Real human interaction and reaction. In a situation where people don't want to just log out of the simulation, or they're not going into the simulation thinking, well, this is what I'm going to do. It's a virus outbreak. It was a case of people are in a game that they want to be able to go off and do other things, and it was a case of this was interfering with that, just like a real virus would, instead of it being like you're setting up a bunch of people and telling them try and complete your tasks while avoiding the virus, stuff like that. Captain Curbing for his weapon threatening in your direction. You never sneak up on me like that again. There's killed it. What are you doing? Not safe. Commander Gregor sent us to gather reports. Want to gather the reports? The courier should have reached Stormwind long now. The event is giving reports. Give me what you have. I'll make sure
Go with honor, friend.
check up on Vernon in Darkshire. If it's bad here, I can imagine what his fortune must be facing. Yeah, so... And, so this event, this incident that happened in 2006, the corrupted blood incident, which you can read about on Wikipedia, not even Wowpedia, you can read it all over the internet. It is so important to our real life today, and who would have thought 14 years later that it would become so vital to our nation and things like that, our country, our world, really. Oh yeah, Risen Fiend. Oh crap! There's skeleton dragons here. Oh god, that's gonna be shit. Gregor sent you? It's farther or worse than we thought. Commander Gregor must be told of his true extent of Scourge resurgence. Before you depart, we are in desperate need of reinforcements. These reinforcements must be reached Gregor. You will help us with defend the Scourge's numbers first. Grant us and one more. Oh, there's a frost run coming in.
Far away.
There it is. So normally it's supposed to be overrun with zombies, and you don't have to worry about like really having to I'm gonna turn down my volume a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so, I realize I'm talking, I'm turning silent there when I really should be talking more. Yeah, so, this is the third Scourge Invasion I've had. So,
can I help you?
The original one was for the release of the original Naxxramas at the end of Classic, and it was very small scale, but it set a precedent for pre-patch events. And so when Wrath of the Lich King was coming out, they had a much grander scale version of the Scourge Invasion. Sadly, this is the smallest, smaller scale than that one, which that one was like a 6-week increasing endeavor where the zombies got more pervasive and more quest lines opened up as the weeks went on. This is only going to be 2 weeks, sadly. Thank you, Warlock. We will need all the strength we can muster in the coming days. Deliver a report, my report to Commander Gregor must be informed of what we are up against. The Scourge numbers are on the rise, and if they do not abate, then the light will
see you later.
Can I help you?
Calling it an apocalypse because that's essentially what it is.
Have a good one.
And the Shadowlands have opened, and the days of whoever, and all the dead who have ever lived are going to start flooding into Azeroth unless we can stop it. I'm sad my eye level didn't go up, but yeah, so I'm basically in full myth. I'm ready for mythic rating already. So let's see, is there any? Oh, quest stop. let's see. No, they didn't implement the appearance for the other stuff. That's disappointing. I'm not sure if it means as in it was a terrible raid or as or actual lore, which lore-wise it was pretty close to an apocalyptic situation. Oh. Yeah, so the Scourge are running rampant because the Lich King's power was removed. If you watch the and the Helm of Domination was broken, so if you watch the Shadowlands intro cinematic, you find out more about that.
And I will reassure the Justicar she has our full support. Our reinforcements will be arriving shortly.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
You need something?
Turn of the Scourge. I will see to it that King Greymane and the Lord Commander receive these reports, though I fear this is only the beginning. Scourge has just brought us dire news from Icecrown. It appears we are not the only ones under assault. Dear God. I saw him and Light saved me. You saw me too. Champion, your aid is needed. This one I think I'm gonna do first. We found him. We found the Blightcaller. I was on patrol like I'd done 100 times before. Only there he was sitting on the front porch of that old house. Those terrible dogs, and I swear he smoked at me and stared with those fierce fiery red eyes. And he's at the mayor's stead. Our forces have surrounded him, but you should probably gather your friends. I don't think he plans to support
the alliance. Can I help you?
Nathanos Blightcaller, the champion of Sylvanas, is now world boss for 2 weeks. Received word from our forces in North Rhine. Duskar Trueheart requests our immediate assistance. So you are an experienced warlock. I ask that you answer the call. The urgency of the summons cannot be ignored, even if it means breaking the terrors of Icecrown itself. No fear for the safety of everyone here. I will continue to coordinate our efforts and calling additional
Be careful.
So technically speaking, there's a lot of different ways for me to get to Icecrown. I have a convenient tabard that'll teleport me directly to where I need to go. Right outside, right in the same tent. So I'm gonna go off and do the Nathanos boss fight because it's cinematic and it's really good. And I'll come back here and then I'll just teleport right to where I need to go. Send someone up to my door. Alright, so the good news is I can get to these gym plug lines pretty quickly because of this portal here. This battle for Azov content.
Ogres are never the best of neighbors, but the Boulder Fist are particularly...
So let's take a quick Flightmaster, and there he is, right there. Oh, of course! It gives Dark Shore based stuff. I wonder if he's marked as a, Oh. No, okay, so we don't know what he's gonna... We don't know what I'm just gonna drop. I'd have to check Wowhead for that. There it is. Flightmaster.
What can I do for you?
Experiences some lag.
Have a good one. Good day to you.
Oh no.
How are you?
Horde forces have assembled another Azerite-powered war machine.
So they'll be the fastest.
See you.
I'm gonna have to swap internets because then I'll have to pause the recording and I'll have to be separated into like 3 or 4 videos. I only want to separate it into 2 if I can. This is what my character looks like. I'm trying to think what else I can talk about. I guess I can talk about Nathanos a little bit. So Nathanos was We're going back to his old home, Maristead. And original name was Nathanos Maris. He goes by Nathanos the Blightcaller after he was raised in undeath, and for a while he was one of the biggest fan favorite characters because unlike most NPCs, he dates back to vanilla. Unlike most NPCs, he kind of belittled players and made it clear that he doesn't have any time for your nonsense and he can probably destroy you, which the Horde side quested with him, and the Alliance actually got to fight him. And it required a 40-man raid, and this was early vanilla, so there was no raids yet. He was the closest they had to a raid boss. And so he had this legendary reputation back in Classic. People felt a little overexposed to him with Legion and Battle for Azeroth, though, I think. So, like, his reputation, people don't like him as much anymore, because they don't like the fact that he kind of slayed belittles you, even though you've saved the world literally 24 times at this point. And the universe 3 times? No, that's only twice. That's only twice. You saved the universe twice. So, yeah. This was a very interesting short story about him on the website about he used to look like a normal undead, now he looks more like a regular human with red eyes and pale skin, and there's actually a very interesting short story about that on the website called Dark Mirror. It's just worth checking out, honestly. It's only a few pages long, so pretty short, but I think it's worth it. There's people who want to kill him since, well, since Shadowlands and since vanilla. And you couldn't kill him anymore as of Cataclysm because those quests were removed. Though he wasn't killed, he appeared in Undercity as a hunter trainer saying he played Possum, aka Feigning Death. And you can still find him in the Undercity if you phase back to pre-Battle for Lordaeron, and you can see him as a hunter trainer. Though he doesn't have his original model anymore, he has his updated one. Still pretty cool. And he's also found in Zandalar in various areas and quests. Oh, and my alarm started going off. There we go. Oh! My mic just dropped itself. It's still... Got a giddy mic, but it just thing is kind of loose a little bit. Oh. Oh god, it's loud.
Come on! Is this the best you can do?
Now it's getting interesting. has grown.
Where is she?
With him, of course. In the darkest place. Along with every soul burned to ash in your precious tree.
Where is she?
Go on. Kill me. You'll send me right to my lady. Beyond the veil, she's shattered. Oh, Tyrande. High Priestess. Night Warrior. Completely powerless to stop the coming.
Wow. So, help burn down the Adam Capital killing most of the Night Elf to the line, and Tyrande took on this aspect of her god. It's called the Night Warrior, which is like vengeance incarnate. That and so power's kind of running out of control, but she's getting really powerful, but it's also control her making her susceptible for anger and things like that. So it's getting more and more dangerous. Make sure to skip the cinematic this time, but so he has plague dogs and things like that. He fires arrows, spears people. And from what I understand, it's fight forms directly on the wall. That was before I played everything playing, so right, which can be even then it was played that. Oh, look at me. It's really cool to see part of these plague lines versus some Mike. That's never been happening. That's never been done. With my health, my health is doing some damage to me if I'm not paying attention. Oh, those are AoEs of dropping arrows.
I've never been much for sentiment, but this takes me back to the old days.
Referencing his fight during the boss fight. Laser beam!
Give me a real challenge!
There we go. Oh, there's Spike. Was back, huh? There we go. Oh, his dog died on his chest. Oh, that's kind of sad. Alright. There dies the Blightcaller. Oh, if I just wait for me to get back, he is using the cloak. Of course, when I failed to mention Nathanos was talking about always with him in that cinematic, he was probably talking about Anduin, of course. Well, and so she also took, Thrall, Bane. And Thrall is the leader of the Orcs, Bane is the leader of the Tauren, and also Jaina Bradmore, who is leader of Coltiris. Let's get this turned in, and I'll head to the Archer Tournament. Long last, one of the most notorious enemies in Alliance met his end. Well done, Rhaenyra. Well done.
I have faced the Blightcaller before. A pity I wasn't there to help end him. At long last, one of the architects of the Fourth War has been brought to justice. I envy Tyrande for landing the killing blow. Though I fear it did little to bring her peace. The power within her seems to be growing stronger.
Well met.
More insistent. Our hunt for Sylvanas continues.
For Coltyrus.
We must find where she's taken Anduin, Jaina, and the others. Do
The
you
Sentinels
relent,
stand
champion?
ready.
Bring them home.
Sorry I couldn't help but notice all this, but it seems my mother was the only target who avoided capture. She could give thanks to one for such a blessing. That's the Night Elfin goddess. I guess my Mindor, I guess it's mom, because it's adopted mother, laid waste to the dark manifestations the Banshee was sent for. But the power she displayed, the ferocity she unleashed, something about it was troubling. She knew there was a price to be paid for undertaking the ritual of the Night Warrior. With each day that passed, I fear the price would come due.
I thought I saw you glance in my direction.
The king was taken on my watch. I should have had more agents assigned to him. This is what happens when I let my guard down when I allow mine. No, damn it, this was her doing. I won't blame myself for finding happiness. Anduin would be the first to tell me that. We're going to find him. The others too, whatever it takes. So Matthias Shaw fell in love with this pirate captain from Battle for Azeroth named Flynn Fairwind, and they're happy lovers together. Oh!
You need only ask.
That was a right man. Just remember the Scarlet Crusade. Not the Arctic Crusade, the Scarlet Crusade. They used to be evil, but now she's a member of the Ebon Blade, and she's one of the Four Horsemen. She's a good guy. Well, let's stay a while and listen.
Look to the shadows. King Greymane, you shouldn't remain out in the open like this. You're too tempting a target.
If Sylvanas had wished to capture me, she would have done so along with Anduin. No. She wanted to leave me behind. To torment me with the loss of yet another of our king.
Still, we need you in the throne room. There are matters of state that must be overseen until the king's return.
Anduin entrusted Turalyon with command of our military forces. The Stormwind nobles support him serving as regent and protector of the realm.
I don't question the High Exarch's ability to defend the Alliance. But as a king yourself, don't you think you should...
You and Turalyon need to safeguard our citizens from the return of the Scourge. I need to focus on doing whatever I can to find Anduin and the others.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I, Gammon, will save.
Breaks my heart here again, and almost call him his son, and call
I never miss a shot.
call Anduin his son. Breaks my heart because Sylvanas killed his actual son, and of course, Anduin lost his father. This is his Varian, his father's grave, but that was as much due to like circumstance. It wasn't really due to like her doing it maliciously. It was the Horde had to escape, otherwise they'd been overrun, and they would have all been wiped out, and the Alliance would have been wiped out anyways too. I was at the Lord Emerald's side when those monsters came for her. They struck fast. She could hardly cast a spell before their chains enveloped her. She fought all she could, but it wasn't enough. I couldn't stop them. But by the times I swore I'll see this through, no matter where I have to go or what I have to face. Shadowlands almost, and we know that Talia does go into the Shadowlands along with Chandris, but again, and Matthias don't.
We can do this.
Hey there.
All this time you knew my father was alive, but you didn't tell me.
It's not that simple, Talia. Your father was presumed lost at the Wrathgate. It wasn't until later that we learned the truth. Dragon's flame had saved his life, but scarred his flesh. And in an act of vengeance, Arthas Menethil captured and tormented him. When the Lich King was defeated, someone had to take up the mantle and keep the Scourge in check. Your father assumed that burden, knowing it would cost him everything. Tyrion Fordring swore to keep Bolvar's choice a secret. He made us take the same vow. We believed that knowing his fate would only bring you pain.
We? Anduin knew too, didn't he? The king told me story after story about my father as if he was some long-dead hero of the past. But the whole time, Anduin hid the truth.
Please forgive us, Talia. We honestly believed he was a casualty of war. That Bolvar Fordragon was truly gone to be forevermore the Lich King.
Well, you were wrong. Now I know my father is alive. free from that damned helm, and no matter what it takes, I will go to his side.
Hey. People are idiots. Alright, now it's time to go to the Argent tournament. Oh. And the Argent tournament's been overrun, too. Good thing I got my dailies done yesterday, huh?
Forgive me, but I believe that to be antiquated thinking, Justicar. We must act now, before it is too late. How may I continue to delay until our opportunity may be lost? You have my attention. For the crusade. Yes. How may I help you? Yes.
They never had Uncle Kamotes before today.
How may I help you?
Arrived just in time, Commander Gregor spoke highly of you. I imagine they should. I'm a fucking crusader. How do you not remember me? I killed the Lich King. I'm not his mount. The Scourge's attack was as sudden as it was unexpected. Truth be told, they caught us unawares. The swift action, we were able to rally our defenses, though not overrun not before the determined grounds were overrun. We must secure the area before we can mount a counter-offensive. Vanquish these monsters in the name of the Alliance.
The crusade stands ready.
It's been quite some time since we faced such a large number of Scourge. We were ill-prepared for an assault of this scale. When we managed to escort many to safety, there were some who were wounded in the chaos. There's the training grounds for any survivors from the onslaught. We need to hold what we can. So now we're in North Run, which is this zone, which was the previous Undead expansion zone, the Scourge, and hence why there's able to be so easily overrun. I just realized they changed the music. Huh. It's much more foreboding now. Still playing with a bit of sound mixing. Let me see if I can. There. Turning into my front ball, if you just stay silent during combat. Can't think of anything to talk about. So Darkened Scourge Stones, we can turn those in for Argent Commendations, and oh, there's a oh, that's not a friendly portal, it's a Scourge portal. Oh, they even have all the NPCs actually fighting. I hadn't even noticed. all the vendors and all that. Where's the Ashbringer fleet? Alright, there we go.
I serve.
We'll see to it they receive proper attention.
For the crusade.
During the crusade welcomes you, brave warlock. I only wish you were under better circumstances. Nonetheless, our strength is bolstered with your fighting by our side, and for that I'm grateful. Why is Scourge attacking? Scourge need no reason to attack. They are mindless beasts, existing only to consume and destroy. But at times their aggression is focused and coordinated, as if some unseen presence is driving them. We sent several scouts deep in hostile territory to glean more information. None have returned. One thing is certain, our enemy is keen on seeing our watch of Icecrown come to an end. It appears we are making headway.
Until we meet again. You have my attention.
The resurgence of the Scourge is troubling enough, but there are also reports that the Cult of the Damned has risen anew as well. If true, then this bodes ill for for us all. We cannot allow the cultist machinations to continue unchecked. I suggest we engage in some
Our
reconnaissance.
paths will cross again.
Oh, and there's daily quests.
How are you?
Strange Scourge Stones. The Lich King's minions once carried Scourge Stones given to them by the Dark Master. New ones have been found on the corpses of the undead. We do not know their purpose, but they have been touched by even more sinister magic. As you slay the Scourge across Icecrown, keep your eyes open for such stones. Bring them back to me, I shall turn them over to the confessors for study. How many do I need?
See you later. I supply only the finest goods.
So if I want, I could... No, never mind. Oh no. Alright. And there's the Shattered Sky they spoke so highly of. So when Sylvanas broke the Helm of Domination, it basically broke reality. That is the realm of the Shadowlands. That is the realm of the dead. Ooh.
Got the best deals anywhere. Be good.
Alright, let's get it up. Plague cauldrons. So the undead plague spread the undead as much as just bites and things like that. If anything more, it's put into green and just give it out to people, and suddenly the whole city would fall to the plague in minutes after a few days, unexpectedly, in the middle of a siege, without even a warning.
You're a tall one.
Core engineering tuners aren't against scouts now. Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. In here. There's Icecrown Citadel, which is the heart of the Scourge, basically, and where the Lich King was.
I serve.
They must be planning something, though what I cannot say. I'll instruct our scouts to observe and report.
There's still much to be done, hero. Crusader Ren here will assist you in your next endeavors.
While the other Crusaders regain control of the tournament grounds, you and I must press on. Our forces previously attempted to set up our forward camp farther into Icecrown, but they have been overrun. With you by our side, I'm confident we can reclaim the area.
I await your signal.
Alright. Now if I see one of those other bosses, I'll fly over to it, because evidently they don't spawn very often at the moment. Yeah, so the Scourge Invasion gear is stuff that is basically already in the game. Yeah, I already had half of it from before today. It's really disappointing. Compared to past times where they had all of these armor sets that were unique, reskins of a paladin set available for all classes, all armor types and things like that, and two-handed maces and a two-handed axe that acted as a freaking guitar and things like that. And then we have this one. This is the most disappointing when it comes to the.
Get to your positions. These grounds will be ours soon enough.
Music's nice though.
I need a target. I don't have a target. Stand together. I need it. They won't let us take it without a fight. I don't have a target.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. Those are abominations of stitched together corpses.
I need a target. I don't have a target. I need a target. We've got to be making headway. Stay focused. It's too far away. I don't have a target. I need a target.
I was thinking about someone. Well,
I need a target. I don't have a target.
I didn't get an essence I
Don't let its
wanted.
size fool you. That thing is as brittle as they come. Bring it down. I'm out of range.
So did I get the sword I was promised? Apparently not.
A job well done. I am sure the Justicar will be pleased. Let us share with her news of our success.
Alright, I gotta fly all the way back out there. There's Icecrown that way. This is where I got this mount. This is the Lich King's Horse Invincible. He had him in life, and he rode him in life, and he rode him in death. Though he didn't always have wings. It's one of the rarest mounts in the game still, to this day, even though it's been 10 years since it came out. What if the area's no longer overrun with zombies? No, looks like it still is. Excellent work, Rainia. Preparations are underway. Soon the foothill will be stocked and ready for use as a staging ground. For the time being, there are other matters that require your attention.
May the light
guide
our blades.
We cannot hope to hold the ground if frost burns straight from the skies above us. Cold has been raising whelps from the dead nearby. The more that we eliminate, the fewer monstrosities to breathe deadly ice upon our foes. Put an end to this. So there's another quest over here. Is this from Kuhl? Oh, oh. Where's some see a problem, I see an opportunity. What the Scourge fiasco calls for a creative solution. Behold my secret weapon. Controlled by none other than my carefully constructed control device, or CCCD. I wonder if that's turned to CDC. Names might need a little work. You're the first to see it, so that means you'll be the first to test it. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure it's safe. Good luck. Careful with that thing, it took me a long time to get it mostly working. Mostly. 15 minutes apparently is how long it's going to last. So it looks like that's one of the basic things for the daily quest. Life is a cure, as a curse. That's a life as a cure, and I was like, well, that's great news.
It's too far away.
This is also basically how it's going to be if we play, if we turn into one of the undead in Stormwind or any of the other cities.
It's too far away.
I was going to say, how do they know I'm unfaithful, but maybe the helmet gives it away. And a speed buff.
I need to get closer. I need a target. I'm out of range.
I say, not a fan of this particular quest because it doesn't skip to your damage by the looks of it. You would have done a lot more damage if it did.
I need to get closer.
Don't kill me.
I don't have a target.
No, I'm just gonna. Yeah, they're gonna kill me. Yeah. It's not I'm gonna survive. Oh, there we go. Boy, do you see the look on their faces? I mean, some of them didn't have faces, but you know, their jaws and whatnot. Ah, that was great. The possibilities are endless. Where haven't got any, I haven't been able to get any stones just yet. What else is on? Yeah, so this is where the original Wrath of the Lich King cinematic took place as well.
I'm out of range.
Oop, no perk there. Okay, so apparently you only need 10 of those to be able to qualify for that class stuff then. Oh, shit. Okay, I got out of here fast. I don't get to patchwork in time. Plus, any kings isn't even a thing anymore, so it's weird to give it to me. Unless I don't get a patchwork in time. So those are Ma, Sworn, Kyrian, which are like the Vrykul and basically Valkyries from Norse mythology and angels that are, in this case, work for the jailer. Jailer being the ruler of a hellish type dimension in Shadowlands called the Maw, which I can show here. This is the Maw. That's Torghast, his tower, which you can also be seen not through here. I thought you were supposed to be able to see it through the veil, but you can't. But let's hope I make it to Patchwork in time. Of course, it's at the Fleshworks. So this is an example of one of the original Wrath of the Lich King bosses turned into a rare. Looks like nobody's pulled him just yet, because they hadn't said, what happened to Patchwork? Patchwork want to play, or I think it says, that's right, what happened to Patch is what he says when he dies. Oh, I gotta go inside of here. Oh, that's not fun.
Patchwork want to play.
Yeah, there he is.
I don't have a target. It's too far away.
So each one of these balls will drop here based on what they dropped in Wrath of the Lich King. God, that's loud.
What happened to
There we go. And I just got some. I got 26 Scourge Stones, but it didn't increase. Huh. Like at all, basically. Alright, so that's an example of the event. I think I'll go do that world quest real quick, and take it back, head back to Stormwind and see if the Scourge started attacking the city. And then maybe later I'll be doing the Horde side to show off that event. I'll probably skip the this stuff unless there's after quests in Stormwind just yet for that video though. Wish they didn't put the Patchwork in a cave though, which is so much more annoying to get to him. Yes, Patchwork was a boss in Extremis. Let's see if I can show that off real quick. So Extremis was the original end of Classic Raid. So earlier, Noth the Plaguebringer was up, but I couldn't get to him in time. I know, so he was on the opposite side of the zone. And yeah, Patchwork. So that's what he looks like. Abomination. That's what the original model looked like. If you look close, you can see how low res he is. So you'll see all these different guys except for Kel'Thuzad and I think Sapphiron. These Kel'Thuzad is saved for for the actual expansion. He's going to be a quest boss at least, which will be interesting. And then everything but Vault of Caravan, the Obsidian Sanctum, the Attorney, Ulduar can be world bosses, I believe. Oh, and Agnyx's Light, which was another remake of a vanilla raid. And then all of these dungeons except for the Nexus, the Oculus, and the Trial of the Champion. Oh, actually, no. One of the bosses. Oh, and the I forgot. There's a few Ulduar ones and a couple control dungeons. It's been a while since I've done a Northern content, since I got all the mounts except for Memoron and the Blue Proto Drink. Oh shit! You can see. Oh wow. That's not good, seeing the plague thrown around like that. They didn't used to do that. That's new.
I need a target.
Coldest Crota. As you can see, I pretty much spread everything in my general direction if I need to. So the corruptor. Another darkened Scourge Stone. I just need 6 more. 5 more. I don't know where I turn these in. So there's supposed to be like an ice thing going on, but it looks like maybe that was cut, or maybe that's for next week. Ice are. I don't know where the animators are though. This is part of the Lich King's new theme. It's not the original Lich King's theme, it's Bulwar's new theme playing. It's very nice and calming despite the situation we're in. Go figure. Oh, there's the one person I'm invincible right there. Funny thing is, it just occurred to me is that so all these rares are spawning their former world bosses, their former raid bosses mostly, and now you can take them on solo basically, so it really shows how powerful a character is supposed to have progressed since those days. I mean, God's sake, fought titans and stuff since then. Just need 3 more. You can see the bones of frost dragons and blue dragons in there. They get raised into frost dragons. Just need 3 more of those stones, and I'm done in Icecrown for now. Well, let's see if I can try down here. This isn't the Valley of Lost Hope, that's down there. Oh, it is the Valley of Lost Hope, my bad. Skeleton. There's 2 more. This wasn't that much for me to talk about at this point. Okay, like, oh god. Well, that was bound to happen at some point. I've been able to, yeah, I'm able to do some damage. I'll be able to survive this, I think. Just in case. This guy's a pushover. Next to me, at least other players, they'd probably get 1 shot, but this guy's got 129,000 health. That used to not be a lot, but now that's a crap ton. He's almost dead. At least. Stop being annoying. Die already. Oh, come on, didn't even drop a stone. I wonder if these guys work with our crusade at all. There we go. Okay. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Lost off. You can see old Dollar in the distance there. Technically speaking, it's no longer there lore-wise, but. Oh wow, they put like cracks in the ground. It used to not be here. Like they're bursting through the floor. We'll turn these over to the confessors immediately. There's more to these inscriptions than it seems. Perhaps there will give us more knowledge of the creatures that assail us from the rift in the sky. If you have any additional Scourge stones while adventuring, please bring them to me. Alright, there we go. I'll keep at least one of these by the end of the thing. Really? I only got 3 for that many? Damn. Alright, so 15 per, that's alright, buy the helm first. There we go. That puts me just out of range of getting another. Yeah. Go figure. Alright, there's supposed to be a portal back to Stormwind from here. No, but I don't see one. Oh, did they open the gate? Oh, crap, they actually opened this up. I'm wondering here. As far as they didn't make this their staging ground. There's supposed to be a quest to go back to... Oh, that's an old quest. There's supposed to be a quest to go back to Stormwind. Odd. That's mildly annoying. I wonder, I wonder if you can do some of the... Yes, you can, by the way. Hold on. Well, you know, in here it's all safe and happy. Normally I might set my Hearthstone here, but I already have this, so it's not really necessary. Alright, I guess I'll head back to Stormwind to see if there's anything going on there just yet. Hopefully there is. Yeah, it's supposed to be a quest to report back to Stormwind after all that. It's weird that there isn't. So let's see if Stormwind's been overrun by zombies yet, because the zombies will spawn randomly at different intervals, and... Oh, no, I thought that was one of them. Oh. Sorry, a panic attack, like, oh my god, they're already here. And if it's not, I'll turn this off for now and go get some food. It's early morning. I did this first thing. I got up in the morning. Thankfully, I had the day off from work. In general. Okay, looks like the zombies haven't hit just yet. Maybe they're gonna phase that in an hour or two. Yeah, looks like we're fine for now. Alright, I'll upload this and do more videos later. Bye everybody, this has been Doomhammer, and this is the zombie apocalypse. Ain't it purty?